Oh, hi! Thanks for tuning in. A few big stories broke this week, so the monologue is a bit longer than usual. Sorry in advance. The big story is that Trump has tested positive for COVID-19. He knows all the best doctors though, so a little disinfectant and some hydroxychloroquine and he'll be fine. Or at least that's what some conspiracy theories are saying. Thoughts and prayers. Jokes aside though, here's a clip of the recent debate waiting area. You can tell who's pro-Biden and pro-Trump just by the people wearing masks. Wear a mask, people. It isn't hard. I'm not happy this happened. However, I'm glad that conservative leaders are finally starting to sound the alarm that this may be serious. GOP leaders are wearing masks, people are worried after hearing the president was spooked by testing positive, and we know he's been mad at his staff for not keeping him safe enough in the past. So hopefully this wake-up call of sorts does some good. Trump is now experiencing fatigue, fever, and mild flu-like symptoms. While all this is happening, his tweets are having their best day ever. Positive messages and his tweet going viral. His most liked tweet so far, with a message of unity. How presidential. Another big story was Grumpy Old Men, the presidential edition. I watched the debate so that you don't have to. You didn't miss much. Biden's plan was to talk directly to you, the viewer, but was overshadowed so much by Trump's interrupting cow routine that his most memorable line was him asking Trump to shut up. Trump's whole plan was to talk over Biden as much as possible to distract him in hopes to frame him as sleepy and old. But instead, Donnie came off as a bully. Meanwhile, this clip sums up the entire night.
He doesn't, that's not true. It doesn't want to talk about what you need. You, the American people. It's about you. That's what we're talking about here.
All right, that's the end of the segment. We're moving on.
He didn't take them.
Well, Vice President, no.
Can I be honest? It's a very important
Try to be
question.
honest.
He stood up.
No, the answer to the question is no.
Ukraine.
No, sir.
With $1 billion, if you
that is absolutely
you know what,
not true.
You're going to have
true,
gentlemen. I hate to raise my voice, but I see it seems to be. Why shouldn't I be different than the two of you? So here's the deal.
Good point.
We have 6 segments. We have ended that segment. We're going to go to the next segment. In that segment, you each are going to have 2 uninterrupted moments. In those 2 uninterrupted minutes, Mr. President, you can say anything you want. I'm going to ask a question about race, but if you want to answer about something else, go ahead. But I think that the country would be better served if we allowed both people to speak with fewer interruptions. I'm appealing to you, sir, to do.
Well, and him too.
Well, frankly, you've been doing more interrupting.
Well, that's
than
all right, but he does plenty.
Well, less than you, sir, less than
plenty.
No, less than you have. Let's please continue on.
After the first debate between these guys, there were 2 things that were extremely clear. Number 1, these debates are outdated and boring. We have the technology to make these better. First off, if they are supposed to get uninterrupted time, then let's make sure it's not interrupted and shut off the opponent's microphone. This isn't hard and can be done by the touch of a button. Also, people might be interested in what the other person has to say. Great! Let them write it on a tablet screen and present it in a way that we can see it, like they do on Jeopardy. And they've been doing that for decades. We have better technology now. Get it done. These are just a couple of starter ideas. Number 2, Donald Trump is a racist and white supremacist. Now, I know what you are thinking. Whoa, Bear, that is a mighty strong statement. It isn't though. Take a look.
But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared
willing
to
do
specifically
that,
do it? Well, go ahead,
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
You want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
white like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing. This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not militia. That's what his FBI director said.
Well,
Trump had a total of 2 minutes, and the best he could do was tell the Proud Boys, who the FBI calls an extremist group with ties to white nationalism, to stand back and stand by. Stand by? A phrase, by the way, that the Proud Boys have decided to start using right away. Trump also promoted the idea that his supporters should go to the polls and watch things. This is an old form of voter intimidation and suppression, which Trump encouraged back in 2016 and 2018. It is disgusting and shows just how desperate he is. He may be sick with COVID-19, but that doesn't mean I'm giving him a pass for his terrible rhetoric. And there you have it. Those 2 points are my biggest takeaways. Trump talked over anyone that spoke so much that the majority of the debate is unwatchable. The format is old, broken, and needs to change. Speaking of broke, Donald Trump. One of the other big stories of the week was about Donald Trump's tax returns. Finally, in Donald Trump's own words, the fake news media like the New York Times illegally obtained his tax returns with bad intent. So you know what that means, right? Illegally obtained, but not lies. So it's true. Let's dig into the meat of this and find out how many millions he has, in debt? Looks like he's broke and will be in massive debt 4 years from now. Trump hasn't paid taxes in 10 of the past 15 years? Unbelievable! Didn't this guy go after half of the American people and Obama just 8 years ago and say we weren't paying our fair share in taxes? Our fair share? Come to find out he didn't pay any at all when he tweeted that? On top of calling us out, he claimed and received a $72.9 million tax refund? Basically $73 million? Trump only paid $750 in federal income taxes during the years 2016 and while president in 2017? How is all this possible? He's a self-proclaimed billionaire who charges $6 million for a country club membership, cheats contractors, brags about being smart, and I just heard myself. So yeah, I see this now. The liar and cheat finally ripped off the American people. Now I'm wondering about the last minute prenup Melania forced Trump to sign before she moved into the White House. Now, so I hear you. Some of you are all like, so Trump paid $750 in federal income taxes. So what? He said he's used the system to his benefit and that makes him smart. So bear with me here. I'm going to tell you why you should care and see why it matters. First, the average single American that makes $50,000 a year pays 22% in taxes. That is $11,000 per year. Let's say you only make $20,000 a year, then your tax rate is different. That's at 12%. So $2,400 per year. The lowest bracket, $9,000 a year in income, pays 10%. That is $900 a year. So $750, that's someone who makes $7,500 per year. Trump, the self-proclaimed billionaire, paid less than someone who's working part-time at a Walmart. That is not a fun job, believe me. We can't tweet on the job, watch TV, and we can barely afford anything at this buffet. So what, you say, right? Well, here's why you should care. Federal income taxes pay for a lot. It's considered a fair share to the health of the U.S. government and national economy. It pays for defense and security departments like Defense and Homeland Security, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, Children's Health Insurance Program, unemployment insurance, food stamps, low-income housing, programs for abused and neglected children, national debt, scientific and medical research, supplies, transportation, infrastructure, education, the military, and more. Imagine how much better these programs would be if a self-proclaimed billionaire paid their fair share in taxes. 99 problems and a lawsuit ain't one. Have you ever sat there thinking to yourself that this commander-in-chief is nothing but a commander in muchos briefos? Then you are correcto. In a paper written on Crush the LACT by Valerie Keene, who did a deep dive on Donald Trump's 4,000 plus lawsuits, over 1,500 plus currently active cases during the presidency, making him the most law-not-suited suiting president in history. Today is no different. CNN Politics reported on September 24th in an article, Mary Trump sued president and his siblings for fraud, calling it the family way of life. Nothing will escape the talons of the man of the dollar, who Mary had said fleeced her of tens of millions of dollars or more, designed and carried out a complex scheme to siphon funds away from her interests, conceal their grift, and deceive her about the true value of what she had inherited. Apparently, when Trump's attorney on the matter, who they themselves are currently named in a few lawsuits, had nothing to comment. Is nothing sacred to you, Trump, that you had to go against your own family to grab at their pocket streams to maintain your wealth? Le pathétique is the words that come to mind. Welcome to Woke52, week 39. I'm your tea-sipping bear, HilaHila.
And there are a lot of people that might be voting for your dad that aren't admitting it. And
it was Bret Stephens, who's been a critic of your dad, who wrote the editorial.
So are you counting on this person, on the secret voter?
Ainsley, that person's there. I'm telling you, I see it every day. The LGBT community, they are incredible. And you should see how they've come out in full force for my father every single day. I'm part of that community, and we love the man. And thank you for protecting our neighborhoods, and thank you for protecting our cities.
The president had an upsetting week that started with low poll numbers and a bad debate performance. Backlash sparked as he tried to walk back comments from the debate and make positive spins on the pandemic, announcing that the end is in sight for COVID-19, once again contradicting his own scientists, saying that the vaccine will be here soon. Hours later, Donald and Melania Trump tested positive for COVID-19, revealing that the bad week also showed irresponsible decisions. The White House found out about Hope Hicks's positive status on Wednesday afternoon. Instead of using CDC guidelines and self-quarantining everyone that was in contact with her, Trump continued with a rally that included Hicks at an airport Wednesday night. Then on Thursday, Trump held a two-part high-dollar fundraiser at his golf club in New Jersey with about 100 attendees. The outdoor part followed New Jersey's state social distance guidelines. Indoors, Trump had a smaller crowd for donors that spent $250,000 or more. 19 people sat at a table with Trump for an hour, putting them all at high risk, including others they had come in contact with and went home to. The Pence and Biden families tested negative for the virus so far. Boom! 52 seconds. Thank you for watching. If you like these news blasts, feel free to share a bear with your friends. You can also like, comment, subscribe, and click the notifications alert bell to stay woke 52 times a year in 52 seconds of news. Want more news with your favorite news bear? Feel free to stay to the end to watch some clips or images with me. Bye for now.
Hear what I have to say. I mean,
But are you not worried about it spreading
as a
disease?
president, and I'll have 25, 35,000 people show up at airports. We use airports.
Are you
for
not
hangars.
worried about
we
the
have
disease
a lot of
issue?
people. Well, so far we have had no problem whatsoever.
They say I'm complicit. I'm the same like him. I support him. I don't say enough. I don't do enough.
No.
Where I am, I'm working like a my ass off.
I know.
That Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but imagine 100%. You have no choice.
And then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas, and they said, oh, what about the children, that they were separated? Give me a break.
The question is,
Supreme Court justice, radical left. Will you shut up, man? Listen, who